Have you ever wondered how it's like to be a digital nomad in Medellin and whether it's worth it or safe? I've heard so many mixed feelings about this, but apparently it's becoming more and more popular among the digital nomad, especially after the introduction of the digital nomad visa. And yes, we're gonna talk about this later too. In fact, I wanted to check it out myself, and in this video we're gonna cover safety, the digital nomad community, co-working space, digital nomad visa, which are the best areas to live in, activities, and much more. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. By the way, my name is Sarah, and here we talk digital nomad stuff and full-time traveling. And by the way, I'm a little bit sick today if you can hear, but let's move on with the video. First, best area to live in. So Medellin, of course, is huge, and there are so many areas that you could choose from. I read so many blogs, but I was a little bit skeptical. But thankfully, I have a friend in Medellin, Goran, that lives there since 5 years, and he sent me a screenshot about the areas in Medellin that he suggests to live in and some description of them. So as you can see, the area 1 and 2 are Poblado Center and Provenza, where you can find the fancy part of the town with clubs, restaurants, cafes, bars, and hotel. But apparently it's not the best place to live when it comes about being a digital nomad, because it can be very chaotic and party triggering. I love parties, so if I can avoid this place, it's better. The third area is Envigado, and apparently it's very good and a rich place actually. So it's like Poblado Center, especially that there is no noise or problems with the crimes. So Poblado Center is the touristic area, and as touristic area there are a lot of pickpocketing and small crimes. So this is something that happens and something you should consider in case you want to move here. Fourth area is Laureles, and I personally stay in Laureles and I really like it. Actually, this year was voted as the coolest neighborhood in the world by Time Out, and I have to say that it's a great place to live in. There are tons of co-working space, restaurants, cafe, bars. It's like a very hyped area of Medellin. For me, that it was the first time that I went there, I really enjoy it. So if you don't know where to stay, Laureles is a great place to start. And fifth, we have Sabaneta, which apparently is a little bit far from the center, like a half hours away with the car. It's very calm, but apparently also family friendly, so if you have kids, this might be a great area to stay in. It has the best value for apartment with great view, but my friend said that actually is far from the center if you plan to move a lot. So if you have a family and you're looking for a school around that area, I guess Sabaneta could be a great place to stay. But if you're younger, you want to meet more people, then Laureles might be the place for you. And if you also are a party animal, then in that case, I guess Poblado Center Provenza as well as Envigado can be a great place to stay. Second, how to move around. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice and my nose is so stuck, guys. Sorry for this. Something that I really appreciate about Medellin is that it's very walkable, so you can literally walk anywhere if you want to. The other thing is that it's also very well connected with public transportation, and you have so many different options. Plus, it's the only place in Colombia that has a metro system. The metro covers most of the city and it's superb. I really enjoy using it. And in order to access to the metro station, you need the Civica card, which is this card that you get at the metro station, and you can top up directly at the station that you are with cash. And the one ride is about 80 cents. Another way to get around Medellin is by buses, and you will see them everywhere in the city. And I'm pretty sure they are even more cheap than getting on a cab or go around by metro. In case you want more information, I will leave the link of the bus system down below. My favorite way to go around Medellin is by cab or Grab. So, or you go on the street and you stop the yellow cab that you will see everywhere around, or you download the app Grab. The two difference about getting a yellow cab or Grab is that with a yellow cab, you will not know the total price until you arrive at your destination. For this reason, make sure that when you enter in the cab, they will have the metro system, is it called? Like, you know, on the top of the cab where you see the money popping up every 30 minutes that you are in the car. Well, make sure that they have that, because at least they cannot really scam you. Apparently, Medellin Grab is not really well seen, and so the driver will ask you to sit in the front like you are a friend of them. And yeah, that's it. I just want to tell you because I was like so weird when they asked you to come in front. And last but not least, which I was so surprised, you can even go around Medellin by cableway. There are some areas of Medellin that are reachable with cableway, and you just need again the Civica card of the metro that works the same way, and just use the cableway because it's so cool. You can literally see Medellin from above, and it's such a great experience. Third, co-working spaces. When it comes to co-working spaces, Medellin offer a huge variety, and I try a few in Laureles, so let's check them out. First of all, we have Cafe Fenicia, which is this open air area with dozens of tables. I really appreciate this co-working because, I don't know, it gave me like my own terrace vibe, kinda. It is located in the center of Laureles area, and the daily pass is 50,000 pesos, which is approximately $12. They probably have even monthly passes, but I forget to ask, so yeah, just in case, go there and ask. The place is run by a lovely Lebanese family, and in fact, literally attached to the co-working, there is also a small coffee shop that they offer coffee fresh in front of you, and basically they cook it into this pot of sand and they will pour it in front of you and let you try it, and it's great. I really like it. Another spot is Calma Cafe Co-working, which is located close to La Setanta Road, which is a very famous road in Medellin, always in Laureles area, and is literally attached to the co-living, the loft. What I really enjoy about this small co-working is that they have a different set of breakfast, which is delicious, and they come with the main, with some juice, tea, cafe, and overall it's a great place for breakfast and for work as well. Lastly, we have Semilla, a hybrid space combining cafe and co-working space. The ground floor is a huge open area cafe. You can go there, have your breakfast and your coffee, and also sit down and work. But if you prefer to have a more professional and close environment for work, or maybe you need also to do some call, you should get the daily pass and go on the second floor to the proper co-working. They offer different type of co-working plans. So for instance, they have the daily hot desk pass that costs 33,000 pesos, so about $8.20 per day. Otherwise, there is the 1 month pass that costs 500,000 pesos, about $125 per month. Actually, what I really appreciate about Semilla and the co-working space is that it's very wide. The design is great. It's very kind of jungle-ish vibe, but also the light that there is inside this co-working is very fresh and keeps you awake and very productive. And they even have ergonomic chairs, and this is like wow. Fourth, the nightlife, and in Medellin is a daily affair. As we said before, the hottest place for nightlife and clubs are Provenza and Poblado, which literally are close next to each other, and they offer tons of bar, restaurants, and clubs places. They are the tourist hotspot, so I guarantee you that if you go to Poblado or Provenza, there's no way that you're not gonna have fun. But another location that it's worth mentioning is La Setanta, located in Laureles, and it's this long road filled with bars, cafe, and restaurants, and every night there is music popping everywhere and tons of lights. Personally, I found in La Setanta more local people, families, friends, couple, and co-workers that go out for a drink after work. Also, the drinks are much more cheaper than in Poblado and La Provenza, and overall it has great vibes every day of the week. Sorry guys. Partying in Medellin is a thing, so definitely go and enjoy. Always be careful, and especially if you use Tinder or online dating app, common sense as your maximum potential level, because I heard many horror stories of girls getting spiked or boys hooking up with local girls and then getting robbed completely, if not kidnapped. We are gonna talk about safety afterwards, but just of a hint, always use common sense. 5 activities, and where should I even start? Medellin offers so many activities, museum. First of all, there is so much to learn about the history of the city and the country. And in Medellin, there are some of the best museums, both historical and artistic, and these are my top 4. First of all, we have Casa de la Memoria, which shared the Colombian armed conflict that was happening in Antioquia and all the unfortunate life that this conflict took away. Then I have the Medellin Modern Art Museum, which is hands down the best modern art museum in Colombia. Then the University of Antioquia offers an amazing cultural heritage that represents the story of this region. And last but not least, the Museum of Antioquia, which offers an amazing collection of contemporary art, including the famous hearts of Botero. When it comes about activities, my favorite were exploring Pueblito Paisa, which basically is a replica of a typical Colombian town located in the hills of Medellin. It's super colorful, super alive, and I totally recommend it to visit during the weekend because I think you need people to enjoy that area. And icing on the cake, it even hosts the Museum of the City. Another activity that you must do, and it should be on your top things to do in Medellin, is join a free walking tour in Comuna 13, which once was the most dangerous dangerous area in Medellin. I love the free walking tour with ZP Tours. They explain all the stories of Comuna 13 and it was so heartbreaking. But it's also amazing how this area turned into the most touristic part of the city and now it's safe, filled with bars, red bottle, shop and much more. If you wanna go to Comuna 13, make sure to go with a tour because Comuna 13 is beautiful. It's full of graffiti and things happening, but if you know the history behind, you will just enjoy the 10% of it. In Medellin, every Sunday, some of the main street and neighborhoods of the city get closed for car and become completely pedestrian. And basically all the people come out with their friends, family, with their dogs. They take out their running shoes and they run on the street. There is such a great vibe. This event is called Ciclovia and I went with Ryan and our friends Goran and Tatiana and their little dog. And they even got an ice cream for the dog. Oh, hear me out. Something that I love about Medellin is how dog friendly this city is. Everybody got a dog and I love dogs, so it's great. If you're looking for some weekend getaway out of Medellin but not too far, well, you should check out Jardín, which is just 3 hours away from the city center and it offers an amazing village, mountain vibes, and there are so many hikes all around the village. And if you want more information, check out this video that I made. Another thing is that you should definitely do a day tour in Guatapé. Climb the third biggest rock in the world and check out the most colorful village in the world, which I made a video about it as well. Check it out here. There is so much to do in Medellin. I'm sure that there are so many other type of activity that I even don't know about it, but if you are scared to get bored in Medellin, well, that's not gonna happen. 6. Let's talk about cost of living. Medellin offers prices for different type of pocket. Doesn't matter if you have a low, a medium, or high budget, there is always place for you in the city. I know that there could be people that are like, oh, you're Western, you have the money, you can pay more, and other people will be like, oh, you're Western, you are the problem because you can pay double than me, so you should leave the country. But this is like a dog that bites his tail. So this is what I paid, share with my boyfriend for 1 month in Medellin. That you like it or not? First of all, for accommodation, I paid $340 for a 1-bedroom apartment in the center of Laureles. I spent $170 in groceries and $230 in eating out because I like to cook at home with Ryan, so sometimes we cook the grocery that we take at home and sometimes we eat in restaurants. For transportation, I spent $84 including buses to go to do a day tour, metro, cabs, etc. Gym, I spent $25 and I went to Capital Fit Gym, which I really enjoy it. It's a local gym and we had a great time there. Activity, which included also visiting museum, etc., was $78. I took some Spanish classes, guys, so $222 for this was quite a heavy investment. I went to Elephant School in Medellin in the center of Laureles. Check it out if you want to learn Spanish because you will need it. And we also got indulged in some beers and drinks sometimes, but I just spent $11. That's crazy. Wow, good on me. So total for 1 month in Medellin, I spent $1,160, which is about $38 a day, and I haven't lacked in anything I wanted to do, so I think that's a fair price for 1 month doing anything I want in Medellin. Let me know what do you think in the comments. 7. Overall livability and safety. Talking from the bottom of my heart, I arrived in Medellin with tons of preconception. When I grew up in Europe, my mom, my grandparents, and like this, always thought that Colombia, generally talking, South America, was full of mafia, of drug dealer, of kidnapper, and things like that. I was hyper aware of what's happening around me, and I was kind of anxious as well because I was like, oh my god, something is gonna happen. Generally, it didn't happen anything, and I never felt in danger one time. Of course, this doesn't mean that crimes doesn't happen. It happens in Medellin, as it happened in Switzerland, as it happens in London, in US, wherever in the world. The thing is that you are in another city with probably another culture, other people, maybe you don't speak the language, so don't be naive. Stay in safe area and avoid the unsafe one. Wherever you are in the world, make sure to have a travel insurance. Don't be naive because you never know what could happen around the world. I use Safety Wing, which cost less than a dinner for two per month, and I have peace of mind wherever I travel in the world because I know that I have my back covered. But generally talking, Medellin, it's safe and super livable. I mean, why everybody will decide to move here otherwise? And let's not forget about the digital nomad visa, which Colombia launched in October 2022. So it's super fresh. The digital nomad visa of Colombia offers the opportunity to digital nomad and remote worker to live and work in Colombia up to 2 years. To apply, you need to go through an agency, and the fees is about $170 up to $250. Additionally, you need to demonstrate that you earn a monthly income of at least $700 and that this money come from a company out of Colombia, because you can earn money, but all the money that you earn must come from out of Colombia, as well as provide an employment proof or a motivational letter in case you are a freelancer. So wrapping up, is Medellin worth for digital nomad? You tell me, guys. I generally really enjoy my month in Medellin, and honestly, I just scratched the surface. Okay, maybe not with the activities or museum, but with the nightlife for sure. And that's the reason why I have to come back. Medellin is one of a kind of nomad city, and with the launch of the digital nomad visa, it inspires people to come here even more. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comment. And if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you next week with another one. Cheers, guys!